Let me.
Yeah, okay. Welcome to another episode of the Fomoball podcast. We're shooting this after the first game week of the new format of the UEFA Champions League, which saw so many games with games being played on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We thought we'll wait, see all the drama unfold, and then we'll start talking about it. So we have seen the games that happened on Tuesday where Bayern literally scored 9 goals in a UCL fixture. We also saw the boring draw on Thursday between Inter and Man City, but and here we are. So I'll probably, Vibhas, you can get started because I think you're still in the Champions League. I'm not, so it'll be fair only if you get to talk about a competition. As since you at least played, and if I'm not wrong, you beat a UCL royalty as well. So yeah,
Sure. So, yeah, as I said, before, I think we discussed this last time also that it's a new format. We don't know how it's going to go, right? And like talking from an overall perspective, we were apprehensive whether this would be too much fatigue, everything. But see, the first week, at least the first day was a banger. Second day was more boring, but first day was a banger at least. Talking about Liverpool, yeah, we played, as you said, we played Milan, European royalty. Although they're not exactly the best right now, but still, that counts. As you've seen with Madrid, experience counts, right? So, coming to the match, we didn't start well, obviously. So, we started off by conceding very soon, and by very soon I literally mean I was just setting up my stream. I was a little late. I was setting up my
yeah,
stream, and I log in and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So yeah, I think third or fourth minute, Pulisic, if I'm not wrong, yeah, it was Pulisic, and it was a great goal though. And I think I said this on that day. Milan is basically half of ex Chelsea. Okay,
yeah,
this is Pulisic, there is Tomore, there is I think Loftus Cheek. No, who's yeah.
yeah.
So
Loftus Cheek is
there are a
there.
lot of there are a lot of
Tammy Abraham.
huh.
Tammy is also there. Tammy Abraham.
Oh yeah, Tammy Abraham. He didn't play though, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are a lot of ex Chelsea players. But I think yeah, Pulisic scored a really great goal to start off with for Milan, and so I think Pulisic was playing right wing, and yeah, it was a good goal, but it was something we could have defended better from the left. We
Yeah.
obviously rotated at the left back. We didn't play Robertson, and that's a discussion for another time on whether we need a better left back. But I think we woke up after that. The good thing is we
Yeah.
woke up after that, and this is something I've liked, except for that one Nottingham Forest match. I've liked about Slot is that he's very proactive. Like if we are lagging, if we are slagging, he will, if not changes, he will say something. He'll try to change the tactics, something. Even in the first match of the Premier League, we didn't start off so well. He ended up subbing off Kwanzaa for Konate, for example, in the Premier League. So he's kind of very proactive. So I think I like that about him. And we switched up, and obviously I am very happy that out of the three goals he scored, two of them were for better defenders because and man
Mhm.
Konate, what a player. I mean, if he manages to stay fit, that guy is um an attacking center back, so to say. Okay, that the only issue with Konate is that that guy cannot stay fit to save his life. So I'm hoping, touchwood, this season that he has a better fitness record this season because even the Premier League, he's not scored yet in this season, but he's made some really great. I mean, this previous match he played in the PL, we'll come to that later, obviously. But the goals that are scored were the pre-assists or the play was started by Konate. So I really like what Konate is doing at centre back. He's making a good playmaking there from even from CB. So yeah, then obviously Van Dijk scored, and I thought it'll end 2-1. By the way, second half we were a little less attacking, which is understandable because yeah, we were 2-1 up. It's a group game. And it's Milan. You don't need to go all in. And then Szoboszlai ended up scoring a little tap in, um, because yeah, I'll come to the criticism later. But yeah, so yeah, I think it was completely a Gapco goal. It was created by Gapco, made by Gapco. Szoboszlai just tapped it in. But so yeah, overall we did well. If I had to make some criticism, so to say, even after a 3-1 performance, that I know Szoboszlai scored that goal, but overall, Szoboszlai, I think I said this in the previous episode also that I'm not really happy with the way he's been. He can do more, is what I'm not saying he's been shit or bad or something, but compared to what the rest of the team is doing, especially the midfield with Gravenberch and McAllister, he can do better. And it's a typical case of, I think if Benzema scored or something, that someone can be bad for 90 minutes and then they'll score a goal and everything is
Yeah, a
covered
goal
up.
can
I'm not
change
saying
your
he was
life.
bad.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying he was bad, but yeah, I think Szoboszlai is one player I felt that needs to step up a little. I don't have confidence in the rest of the team. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean the starting 11 at least. The rest I'll come in the Premier League point. So yeah, and we finally got to say cheese, yeah. So and it was great. So to
Yeah.
finally have him make an appearance for us, he might have played just a few minutes, but yeah, I think our attacking depth is just very good right now because I had my apprehensions, but the way obviously Luis Diaz has just you know under under slot Luis Diaz is a different beast. So I think I'm really happy with the attacking depth. I mean, yeah, later on in the next Premier League match, Nunes also scored, by the way. So our attack is sorted for us. Defense is fine. We have the numbers. I mean, we can improve our quality. So yeah, the one thing I was saying, I think we can improve left back position overall, but that's a thing for next window, not nothing in the winter or anything. So in defense, at least we have numbers for the four defensive positions. We have 8 players in on paper at least. So that's not an issue. The only issue I feel we have from a rotation point of view is midfield because if you see, Slot has started the same midfield of Szoboszlai, McAllister, and Gravenberch for all the matches we have played till now. The four PL matches and the one UCL match, we have started with the same midfield. Um, that is one area where I feel we need a little bit depth. So unfortunately, Elliot is injured. Otherwise, he could have been rotating with Szoboszlai. Curtis Jones just returned from injury, and for some reason, I mean, I'm sure he has his reasons. Slot is not a big fan of Endo, right? So Endo was
Yeah.
not even on the bench in the last match. So I get it, maybe not fits the system or anything. So we're not counting Endo anymore. So I think midfield is somewhere we need the depth. But coming to the overall performance in the match, really, really happy with that performance because we start off slow, but as I said, I love how proactive the team is under Slot. Except that one Forest match, we've always pulled up a socks when we are, not doing up to the mark. And my takeaway from that match was obviously Konate because, as I said, if he keeps playing the way he is and keeps being fit, he can actually be very creative even from center back. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what. So Pulisic scoring was expected because he's in a very rich vein of form. I don't know. Like he left Chelsea, he's freed from his shackles. And it's not just Liverpool. He scored even in the derby, which just happened after this fixture. He's been scoring even in the games before. So I mean, I'm happy for
Yeah,
Pulisic
yeah,
because he's found his form. And probably, I mean, it's an early lapse, but then he scored in the fourth minute. So definitely teams usually take some time to kick in. And we've seen that recently as well. Even like the Chelsea West Ham game, which happened, commentators kept on saying West Ham weren't even in the playing mode till the 25th minute. And then only they decided, okay, this is Premier League football and this is the level you need to play. That's when it kick-started. But I think for Liverpool, right after that first goal, you guys kick-started it. And winning those corners as well was very important. In fact, Konata's goal wasn't a corner. I think it was a foul by
yes.
the
Yeah,
Milan
but
keeper.
yeah, we're doing well with set pieces, and I'm glad about that because last season we were not good with set pieces. And okay, forget last season, even the first 2, 3 premier like pre-international break,
Okay.
we were not doing that well with set. We're not started off well with set pieces, so I'm glad we're doing better with set pieces now, and I hope we can build upon that.
Yeah,
I
I
think the
mean,
Van Dijk goal was
yeah.
yeah, the Van Dijk goal was a corner. Yeah, we have a love history with set pieces, but yeah. So
I mean, even I love when defenders score, especially the reason why, because if you remember when Tuchel came in, our defenders were scoring more than our attackers, and we used to score a lot of goals through corners. And I don't know, it's something about set pieces and the fact that you need to use. I mean, now teams are coming up with different strategies how to do, but I think Liverpool's set piece was very simple. You just whip in the man in the middle. First it was Konate, second it was Van Dijk. None of this fancy ass tricks. It was just plain how you take a corner and how you head it. And the thing is, even for Konate's goal, there was a
yeah,
little bit of, I think, resistance from the Milan defense. But Van Dijk's header was just a free header, and credit goes to Van Dijk because he's found the space. He jumped the highest. Mike Minion, I don't know what he was doing. He tried getting his hand to like offer assistance. Nothing. It was
yeah.
just as if the ball went right beside his hand, and
A
yeah,
Van Dijk header is always great to see because
yeah,
I love his aerial ability, man. I mean, he makes some great jumps. And you talk about Megan, yeah, Megan before he was subbed off. Obviously, I think he was subbed. Yeah, he was subbed off
yeah,
before
and
he
then
was subbed off with that. niggle injury, whatever. He tried to show that he was killed on the pitch 10 times, but a lot of play acting. I mean, yeah, eventually he did get injured. I agree, but before that, he's a lot
Mm.
of play acting from Egan.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that Van Dijk goal was kind of also a goalkeeping error. Not a goalkeeping error, but he could have done better, I think, as a goalkeeper. But then he
I
ended
mean,
up being subbed off.
yeah,
So
like everybody expected Liverpool to win because even though you guys lost to Forest, at the end of the day, on paper, Liverpool has a better squad than AC Milan right now. AC Milan hasn't fired this season at all. It's quite questionable how they performed very well last season, and it's a very slow start. So on paper, I think the only thing which you wouldn't have expected is you wouldn't have expected to concede one goal. I think a clean sheet was possible. And again, even the Premier League fixture as well, like the ones before the Nottingham Forest game, it's been defensively very solid. So that is something I think Slot. I don't know if he's emphasizing on it or if it's just happening on his own, but I think defensively Liverpool is becoming very strong this year. And
yeah, the I think it was Trent 2 3 days back giving an interview, and he talked about how obviously that his first statement was that that the whole gimmick of Trent Alexander-Arnold cannot defend is a little overrated, which I agree, by the way. So,
yeah,
but he did talk about how Slot is kind of focusing on his defensive abilities. For obviously he's talking about himself, but that applies to the whole team, right? So that a defensive compactness is a major thing that Slot wants. And obviously any manager wants that, but it's a focus, so to say, from Slot. And we're doing well, I think, except that Milan match and obviously that unfortunate Forest match. We have kept clean sheets in 4 of the 6 matches we have played, and so overall, I think we have conceded only 2 goals in 6 matches. So that's a very good sign to start upon.
yeah,
And from a Milan point of view, I said Milan is very inconsistent. I'll say inconsistent because just after they lost 3-1 to us, they won the derby.
yeah.
So they won the derby to Inter yesterday, day before yesterday. So they are a little inconsistent, but yeah, they're not kicked off as such. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting Milan to do well throughout the UCL campaign, where they'll probably finish again. Finishing top 8 seems little difficult given how like a
No,
lot
no.
of teams
See,
performed,
Milan
but
will
9 to 16 is
go to that
possible.
qualifying, yeah, that
Yes,
qualifying round, whatever they have. So yeah,
yeah.
it took me 5 10 minutes to understand the whole format. First of all, that top 8, top 16, top 24. But yeah, I hope we get top 8, because if you don't, we're playing two
Ah,
extra
yeah.
matches, and I do not want 2 extra matches home and away. So hopefully we qualify top 8. I
No,
mean,
that's what
considering the pool,
my
yeah,
opinion. I think Liverpool could easily finish top 8 because relatively you don't
yeah,
have that many tough fixtures. AC Milan was
yeah.
considered a tough fixture, and you have like breezed past
Yeah,
them.
I mean, coming from and if you think about how the other teams are playing, I think there's Madrid, there's Bayern, there's City, there's us, there's probably PSG, and I guess Arsenal. Let's see how they do. So yeah, I think we can get top 8. I mean, Barca was doing well, but they have an injury rate of 1 or 2 players per match. So let's see how if they can keep it up, because.
Yeah.
I think
No,
Thurston is injured and everything, but yeah.
no, that seems like a that seems positive news for Barca fans. They'd be happy to
No,
start keeping up, but
I think I was
yeah,
talking with a few Barca fans, and I think the reaction was that we don't like Thurston, but the backups are not better either. I think Pena or whatever his name is,
yeah.
he's not exactly the greatest one. So they want him replaced, not for their number 2 goalkeeper to be the
Oh
goalkeeper,
yes.
but they don't have a choice right now. But yeah,
I mean that then you should have done something during your transfer window. You yeah. So
yeah, they should have used the
but I
window
but
to
but I think
do.
Barca's defense, apart from the goalkeeper, has been done. I mean, it's been doing a good job this season. Even if you see in the league as well. I mean, they're scoring goals for fun, but they're not conceding a lot. So probably if a goalkeeper has a good defense in front, and if he does just 1 or 2 saves per match, I think Barca sorted. But the thing is, they have a better UCL fixtures
Yeah,
compared to a lot of teams. Especially you mentioned PSG. PSG have like 4 tough fixtures, if I'm not wrong. So compared to them, Barca has like 1 or 2. I think they face Bayern, and apart from that, not many big names in their fixtures. So
yeah. So I think top 8 is very much possible for Liverpool,
yeah,
considering that the teams I mentioned are the main people who might end up around or above us, and them obviously there will be a few dark horses, but I think
yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I
main
mean, I'm
main
hoping to
ones that
see
are going to
the
be there.
those in the 9 to 16 bracket, but in, like you said, in the top eight, I'm really expecting like the biggest teams in the competition right now to
Yeah, the
just
yeah, as I
take
said,
on. Yeah.
top eight is like Madrid, Barca, PSG,
Yes.
City, Arsenal, Liverpool.
Bayern.
Maybe no. I don't think we might not see an Italian team in top eight, but yeah. Mm.
Yeah. No, again, so one prediction I have is I don't think PSG could make top eight. If they do, it'll be amazing, but we'll see. I think 9 to 16, that bracket is possible for them. But anyways, even if they finish 9 to 16, they can still qualify for the knockouts. So finishing top eight, like you said, is just guarantees you don't have to play 2 extra games. But after that, the knockouts really doesn't matter. Now coming to Bayern's fixture. So, a fun fact: I didn't watch the Bayern game. The first half, I was watching another match. I don't remember which game it was, because if I'm not wrong, there were like three good fixtures happening at the same time. Bayern was 3-0 up. But the second half, I switched on to watch Bayern versus. Really sorry for the opponent. From 3-0, it became 3-2. And I remember like us losing to the same opponent. I think it was Dinamo Zagreb. We lost 1-0 to them. And I was like, probably Bayern could as well. Because, I mean, it's not like Chelsea and Bayern are the same, but they've beaten us. And they scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. One goal coming back from their Japanese left back and one coming from their midfielder. So you'd expect, what do you expect? 3-2? Probably Bayern to score one more. Bayern go and score six more, and this is probably the last 40 odd minutes. It's less than a half, like I think from the 50th or 53rd minute or something till the 92nd minute or something, they just score for fun. It was carnage. I mean, the
Yeah, yeah.
goalkeeper, I think he lost it after the fourth goal. Like, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, in the first half they had 2 goals disallowed, and in the second half, Kane, he had a goal disallowed before he got his hat trick. So they technically scored 12 goals, of which 9 counted. What do you think about this company's resurgence? Because the same Bayern squad, last year Tuchel wasn't able to do anything. But with the same squad, what company is doing is phenomenal. And they're doing very well in the league as well. 4 games, 4 wins. And they're scoring goals for
See,
fun.
obviously, I'm not gonna downplay their achievements, but at
Yeah.
the end of the day, it's only Dinamo Zagreb. Okay, but yeah,
Yeah.
as I said, 9 goals in one single match is exemplary, regardless of the opposition
Yes.
in
Yeah.
the UCL. Okay, it might not be world class opposition, but it's a decent opposition if they're playing the UCL. And as I said, the first half was kind of tightly played. It was interesting, and then something switched on, and they just went on a carnage. And Harry Kane, I think he scored 5 goals or
He's
4 goals. 5 goals. No,
he's got
four,
five.
four goals.
One
Yeah, he
got
scored.
disallowed actually. So
Yeah, he scored
yeah.
4 goals and counted a hat trick of penalties.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm very happy because he gave me points in UCL fantasy, but
Yeah. Yeah.
then
Same.
it didn't matter in the end because Shubham got ahead of us before without that also,
I
but that's
mean, it's
irrelevant.
still
Anyway,
just the first
so
game week.
and
But yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
Oli. I think Oli scored twice, and
Yeah.
I think Sane was there, and a couple
Yeah,
of other
Sane
people.
came on
So
as a sub. Sane
yeah, they
scored.
went on a carnage.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
but see,
Goretzka, yeah,
that's what
Goretzka,
yeah,
Sane,
yeah.
Olise.
See, like this 9 goals. If it was just this one game, then probably you would say, yeah, it's the opponent and all. But Bayern has been scoring more than 4 goals like for the last 4 league games as well this season.
Also,
And we're
they
we're
have
talking about
a
the same Bayern that was struggling to score goals last season at the end. Like at one point we remember they were conceding goals, they were not able to score, they used to draw fixtures, they used to lose a lot of games. So seeing them back to how they are is extremely nice. But at the
yeah,
same
yeah.
time, credit to
They
Vincent
I mean,
Company as well. Yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, see, they obviously they have a great attacking depth, but they, as you said, they had it last year also. They just added Olis this year. The rest of the
Yeah.
players are same in the attack. So yeah, there is something about the coaching, obviously, that is different. But on paper, I have to say Bayern's attack is, I mean, you have Kane, you have Narby, you have Olis, you have Musiala, you have Goretzka, you have Sane, you have Muller. They didn't even play. Okay, yeah, Muller came on as a sub, but so they have Kingsley Coman who didn't even come on. So they
Yeah.
have insane attacking depth. They have insane.
Yeah, a couple of things
They
from the
have
game. I think I like which people probably might have missed but should have not is Kane scored a hat trick, which included 2 penalties, and Bayern got awarded another penalty. Fans were urging to give it to Mueller because it was his record appearance in the UCL for Bayern. And Kane said nothing doing. And that's exactly what he should. He's the penalty taker, no sentiments or anything. And it's not like it would have made a difference, but still.
Obviously,
Yeah.
see,
And this is one thing which
if Kane,
again, yeah.
yeah, if Kane chose to give it himself, that's a different scenario. But
Yes.
in a
Yeah.
normal scenario, you have a penalty taker. Yeah, so certain, but you don't want a Chelsea situation again like last
Yes,
season, right?
definitely.
So
Yeah. That is something. Yeah. It didn't happen, but there was a high possibility it could have.
yeah, it didn't
But then,
happen. There was no fight in the end, but there was
yeah.
almost a situation created. Like there was a heated, not argument, but there was a heated conversation on the field between
Yeah.
Jackson and who else was there? I think Madueke and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, Noni,
So
Jackson, and even but then you had the skipper step in. Connor came and said nothing doing. Palmer takes it. Here, probably that was the situation. Kimmich could have had to come in and told like, let Mueller take or
yeah, but
let
that
Kane
I
take.
think that's the difference, right? The Chelsea situation was also because they are a little they're inexperienced players. Okay, in this
Yeah,
case, I think irrespective of what the crowd was urging, Miller would not have been creating a scene there, obviously,
yeah,
because
and
he's an
of course
experienced
Mueller
guy.
didn't
He
want to take
knows.
it as well. Yeah, so
Yeah, because see, it's decided well before the match. In the case of Chelsea, I think that was also a doubt because Chelsea had a multiple penalty takers when Palmer was not on the field. So
yeah,
right, but in the case of Bayern, there is there that if Harry Kane is there, he's going to take the penalty. That's fixed. So
yeah,
Muller is not expecting to be given the penalty anyway. So that's not an issue.
yeah,
So to say, but yeah, it should be that way itself. The
yeah.
penalty taker should be. There's a reason he is the primary penalty taker, and because Harry Kane is great at penalties. Of I mean mostly, but yeah,
Yeah, no, no,
Euros is
he's. Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, see, apart from that, but in normal games and probably in the league, in the UCL, I think Kane is right there with Haaland in terms of like if Kane, Haaland, and Palmer for me, if you want to bet your life to take a penalty, it's between these three only, and they'll deliver. Like I have not seen them these lot miss a lot. They're pretty much on spot each and every time. So great. And in conclusion, I think Bayern will do pretty well this year, in both UCL and the league.
yeah, yeah. Bayern, I
Yeah,
think it's
and
a
I think
great
yeah,
thing
that's what.
because
So coming
if you
back,
remember
it would be looking great on Vincent Company's resume if he actually can bring a trophy
exactly
back to
what I was
Bayern.
going to say that
Yeah.
I mean, considering how much he was ridiculed before the season,
Yes.
that why is Bayern going for company? He was a failure with Burnley. I mean, that's Burnley. The resources in hand are very
Yeah.
different for Burnley and Bayern. And he did decent with what he had at Burnley. He got them up, and he just could not keep them in the Premier League because it's the Premier League. It's not easy
Yeah.
with a team of resources of Burnley to keep up. So I don't think. I mean, yeah, company could have done a few things better, but it's not on company that they were
Yeah.
relegated. So I think company will do decent. Bayern obviously have a great squad. Obviously, from a
Yeah.
squad point of view, Bayern have one of the most complete squads, and as I said, their attack is just wonderful.
No, the
They have
attack, the
everyone.
midfield, even the defense is pretty incredible this season as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
check
yeah.
all
So
departments.
they
So yeah.
they have covered all departments, and yeah, Bayern will
No,
do
that's
well.
all.
Who else was
So,
there? Liverpool.
if you look at if you look at the Premier League even this season or even the season before, like you said, anytime a team from the championship comes up, they get squashed immediately. And it's been like very few teams that have like decided to stay up. If I'm not wrong, the last season, the three teams
Yeah,
that
I
came
think
up went just down. That's all. They just came and they left. And yeah,
I
and
think
even
this
this year
season
as well.
we might not have that. This season, no, I'll tell you why. Because I have a feeling, and it's not
Yeah.
just the Liverpool fan me speaking, but I have a feeling Everton will get relegated
Yeah.
because they have been dog shit. Okay, because they have scored a few goals, but they have conceded like for fun. And if you see,
Yeah.
they have bottled a 2-0 lead thrice.
Twice. Oh,
They have
yeah.
lost from 2-0 to 3-2. They have lost 2-3 after being 2-0 up. I think
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Sorry, twice. So
Actually, you're not wrong
for a
because their
team
youth team
of
also
Sean
lost.
Dyche, who is no,
No, sorry. I mean, you're not wrong
yeah,
because the youth team also lost. So we can technically say three. So, uh,
yeah. And the thing, and the reason that's worrying for Everton is because it's a Sean Dyche team, and they're supposed to be defensively solid.
yeah.
Okay, if one thing Sean Dyche is supposed to do is have a solid defense, and that is the reason I started off with Pickford as my FPL goalkeeper, only to discard him within 2 weeks. That this guy is not going to be a good asset in FPL this season, because they are conceding for fun this season. So I
No,
think Everton might go down.
see, as a fan, how would
Yeah.
you think like Everton scored two goals? They're leading till the 75th, 76th minute. What do you expect? 14 minutes plus maybe stoppages 5 minutes. You concede 20, I mean, 3 goals in like less than 20 minutes. I think the difference, the time between the 3 goals was just 14 or 15 minutes. The first time they conceded, I think, to Bournemouth. As a fan, you just can't see what's happening. And the sad part is you'd expect, even if they conceded 1 goal, to hold on. Worst case, make it 2-2. You'd let the opponent go to three. That is just, yeah, it's just bad. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, and that's why I think that this
Mm.
season Leicester, yeah, the Leicester might stay up is my prediction from those three. Leicester
Oh yeah.
might stay up. So yeah,
Yeah,
we'll come to
exactly.
that
Yeah.
later,
Even I
obviously.
hope
But
Leicester
yeah,
do stay up. Yeah, they're a good team. But yeah. Okay, so anyways, Bayern, amazing start. Let's talk about the defending champions. They had a very slow start in the first game, probably till the halftime, and then second half they started to show. They started to flex why they're. They conceded the first goal, but then they just
that
scored three
is
for fun.
that is that is typical. That is very typical of Madrid, right? That
Yeah.
to be fair, Madrid has had a slow start to the whole season,
Yeah.
right? As I think we discussed this last time also, Madrid has have started slow this time. Even in the La Liga, they have not done as well as they could be.
I think they're
Could
second
have,
now.
sorry.
Yeah.
And but they are second, but those two draws, because the way Barca is going, those two draws could be very decisive, right? And
Yeah.
they are
No.
matches that they should not have lost. Yeah.
Yeah. But, no. But the thing is,
Sorry,
even
drawn, my bad.
yeah, like
Yeah.
even if yeah. Oh, by the way, if I'm not wrong, Madrid has been unbeaten from last season's Atletico Madrid game. That stretches probably for 38 games or something. I saw their unbeaten streak is just going on and on, which is great if you think about it. But I think, like you said, this season Barca could possibly win, because I don't know about UCL. Again, UCL, the first game was very unpredictable. We did not know what is Barca's true capabilities. They got a man down, and then they had to deal with it. And Monaco played really well, so credit to them. But at least in the league, they're phenomenal. And we were in awe because they scored what, 5 goals for fun the other day, and then after that they again scored 5 goals or 5 plus goals. So Madrid probably, I don't know with respect to the league how they will perform. Maybe they will finish top three. That's a given fact. I mean, top two is a given fact. Whether they'll win or not, we don't know. But in the UCL, I think they'll probably finish top half, like you said. Yeah, along with Liverpool, you'll definitely see Madrid. They have easy
Yeah.
fixtures. They'll somehow find a way to win. Even if they draw like one or two here and there, I think the rest, like 6 out of 8 victories, is still possible. So
I do hope they lose one, but anyway.
yeah.
So they face Liverpool. So
Uh,
yeah, let's see. I mean, I'm not
no,
gonna
I actually
no
hope you.
comments about
No,
that
I
match.
hope you can get. I mean, I hope you
No,
win so that Salah can get his
obviously.
revenge. He's been waiting for his revenge for a long time.
Yeah, no, I listen. I am not gonna talk about any scores to be settled or anything.
No,
So
and
it has never worked out well to speak
no,
about.
that okay. The last time you guys faced out, there was something on the line. This is just a league game, no. So probably if Madrid think, yeah,
Yeah, that is the reason I have hope that this is not a knockout game. So maybe
okay,
we can do win it
yeah,
because
exactly. And it's a one-off
Madrid in
fixture, so
knockout
there
games
is
not.
no
Yeah,
concept of the second leg or anything. I mean, you
and
could
it's a
still
home
meet
game,
in the
and
knockout,
it's a
but
home game for us. So yeah,
you do remember what I'm that I don't
yeah. Let's
remember.
not go there anyway. Let's move on to the
Yeah.
matches that have already happened.
Oh, okay. By the way, Aston Villa
Yeah,
made a very impressive start to their campaign. I mean, of course, it's young boys, but beating young boys is not every team's capability. So they started off really well, I
yeah,
think,
yeah.
for their first time. Because we remember last year when Newcastle did come into the UCL, of course, they had like a tough run of fixtures, but like you're representing Premier League, you do decently well.
See, the thing is, this is a very yeah. The reason we have to look out is because it's a very Villa thing to start off well. Even in the league, they've started off very well in
Oh,
decent
yeah,
in the league. So, right, I think they're top four right now. They're third. So or second, I am not very sure, but they're doing well in the league also.
yeah.
Yeah, Villa is third in the league. So they're above
Villa is
Arsenal
doing well,
right now.
yeah.
So yeah, but the thing with Villa is they have a pattern of starting off really well and then fizzing out in the later half of the season. So
Yeah.
let's see how they go. But yeah, they started off with a victory in the Champions League, and so did Juventus against PSV. So yeah,
Yeah, also like if Villa do like pretty well in the league, let's say, and they build up a good lead probably to the fifth place team or even the fourth place team, Even if they like screw up at the end, that'll be enough to guarantee the Champions League. Because this is what happened in Newcastle as well. They started off really well. They had a huge lead, and then at the end they screwed up. It dropped them possibly from third to fourth, but they still secured Champions League. So I think probably Emery will be thinking the same. Like top four is the goal, finish somehow there. And like you said in the Champions League, do well so that you qualify top eight. Don't have to go through that knockout dilemma. But otherwise, also Villa will finish top 24 for sure. Villa will finish, and I think other teams apart from Villa that I think like had a very impressive start was Sporting. I think they had their striker who does this right. He had a
Oh
he
yeah,
was a,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think he's a sure shot because the last couple of games, if I'm not wrong, he has scored in every single fixture. He's one of the most consistent strikers. Gyökeres, yeah, and I think Victor Gyökeres, he's even scored even in the UCL night. I think their opening UCL night as well, he scored. So it was nice to see Sporting start off well. And I think apart from Sporting, there's a lot of teams you'd probably expect to do
Even
well. They
Juventus,
did.
yeah, I think. Oh yeah,
Juventus.
talent teams. Juventus might get top eight. Sorry, yeah,
Oh,
if there is
yeah.
a talent team, can get
Juventus, I
top eight
think
if
is
Juventus.
yeah, is pretty impressive under Thiago Motta. Yeah, I think they're I think one of the few unbeaten teams so far in the top five leagues as well. So yeah, Juventus is pretty impressive,
Yeah.
man.
Apart from that, who else was there? I think PSG. Okay, PSG was made to fight for that victory. I think they faced Girona. Yeah, they faced
Yeah.
Girona, and
Oh
they
yeah, PSG
scored.
actually. Yeah, I mean it was so unlucky, man. The goal. I went
Yeah,
through
yeah. It was.
legs. Yeah.
I thought it would be a 0-0
Yeah,
draw,
yeah,
but it's officially called an own goal, so it's very
yeah,
unlucky. So
because yeah, it was crossed from the left. It might have just gone, but it touched the keeper, went into the net. I feel bad, but what to do? And if I'm not even last year's runners-up also started pretty well, like Dortmund. I know they're missing a few players who you'd
3-0.
expect. Yeah, like Sancho is gone, Ian Matson is not there, but they still started off really strong. Easier opponent, but still 3-0 is a statement victory for the
Yeah,
runners-up. Yes, yeah.
Dortmund did well. Leverkusen did well as usual.
Yeah.
Leverkusen did quite
Leverkusen.
well.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, Leverkusen. I made a mistake because I assumed Barca will do well, so I had like three assets from Barca, but Leverkusen did much better than what I expected. Yeah, Florian
yeah,
Wirtz,
yeah, yeah.
Frimpong, Grimaldo, all of them fired, and I think the only reason probably I didn't pick like Leverkusen assets is because they play a couple of good teams after this. If I'm not wrong, they play Liverpool as well. Yeah, they play Liverpool and they play one more good team. So yeah, but let's see. I hope Leverkusen do well and.
They play Liverpool and Madrid. They play
Yeah, that's
Liverpool
what.
and Madrid.
So they have a couple of tough fixtures, probably why I didn't go for them. But they're black to their black juju shit in the league. They scored another 90 plus minute winner.
It's still going on. It's
It
still
is
going
still
on. I mean,
going on. That is bucket.
they did lose one. They did lose one game.
Yeah,
I
that was I
think.
think against Dortmund, if I'm not wrong. Dortmund or Leipzig, one of these two teams. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
but
they
see,
did lose. Leipzig. Yeah.
you you win. That is fine. Absolutely no issues. You win. But do it like how normal football teams do. No, finish under the 90th minute. Why are you doing every single time? Till the 90th minute, you wait. Either the score is 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, whatever. After the 90th minute, you score the winner. Why? And but okay, anyways, it's
Yeah.
becoming a Leverkusen thing. They still won. I think the second in the league now. But this year, I think it's probably going to be Bayern versus Leverkusen. Not like a one-sided fight like last year. Probably will be a healthy fight. But I hope Bayern win. Not for just company, but for Kane as well. So the curse is lifted.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Yeah. Sure. Let's see.
Yeah.
And apart from that, I think Arsenal. Oh yeah, Arsenal drew with
Oh
Atlanta.
yeah. Okay. Who else was there? Arsenal. Okay, I think Atletico won. They had a good fixture.
We
They
have
beat
Arsenal,
Leipzig.
Atlanta. We have
Yeah.
Barca, Monaco. We have City, Inter. Obviously, we'll talk about City, Inter.
City
And we
Inter.
had the
Yeah. No, did you watch City Inter or Arsenal Atlanta? Because Arsenal Atlanta was a snooze fest. City Inter was also a
yeah.
snooze
I
fest,
didn't watch.
but
See, City Inter was a good kind of a snooze fest. Okay, they
yes,
had a lot of
that
they
is what
had
I was.
multiple times. Both of them had
Yeah.
chances to score. Arsenal, Atlanta was there were no chances.
No,
Okay,
apparently
there
the
was
only
nothing.
good moment in that fixture was the penalty save, that Raya double penalty save, which was great. And yeah, we need to talk about Raya. He
Yeah,
is
just give me a minute.
cooking. Yeah.
Just give Kaushik, just give me a minute.
Yeah, I'll have to edit this bit. Wait a minute. Let me see. Why is this guy sending random reels? Time to block his number.
Yeah, sorry, got a call. We can
Yeah,
start
yeah.
this convo again.
No, no, I'll
Yeah,
edit
yeah.
this bit. Yeah, yeah. No issues. Yeah, so anyways, we have only 4 minutes. We'll wrap up UCL. Do you want to again talk for Premier League? We'll do that for like maybe 10 minutes or
Okay, so yeah, UCL, I think City Inter was a good match. It was a good match
yeah.
overall. And I thought both teams had, a couple of chances to score, but they didn't. I think Inter towards the end had a chance to just win it, but they didn't.
No, Inter had a
So
yeah in the first half. Inter had so many chances. Puram, if you're watching this, I'll tell you, you had a shitty match. I'm telling you, you could have legit won the game for Inter. They had like multiple counter attacking chances, and he messed up, and probably could have passed it to a teammate. But anyways, that's what like you mentioned. City had constantly very well constructed chances. Inter had like counters here and there, but overall, it was an amazing match to watch because you could see
yeah,
attack after attack and a proper defense. And I won't say they
yeah.
parked the bus
So
or anything. They were very solid with their
no, no,
defense.
no, no,
They
no.
were coming
It is
out
a
as
it is
well.
a good
Yeah.
it is a good match. I mean, City Inter
Mm.
was a good match last time also, but it was a good match. Barca, so yeah, they got the red card. They got a red
Mm.
card 2-1. They lost. I mean, that red card is completely on Tursten. So
Yeah, yeah,
I
completely on
mean,
him. Yeah.
he's having a disaster class after disaster class. So what do you even say? And he's injured now, obviously, but let's see how they do with
Yeah.
the backup goalkeeper. But
No, but
yeah, and
I
to be
mean,
fair,
even
even that
no,
yeah,
I mean,
go ahead.
even the red card, you leave it. The first goal that they conceded, right? How can you just stand? You at least have to have some moment, right, as a goalkeeper, expecting if the shot will go on the right or left. He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
stood, and the ball went on his near post. You probably don't expect a goal there, but yeah, that's probably what is pissing Barca fans because the first goal at least
I
should have
think
been like an attempt to save it. At least should have been made. Second goal was nothing he could have done, but yeah,
yeah, I mean, and I think Hansi Flick has not lost a match in the UCL till now before this. So
yeah.
interesting.
16 out of
So
18 wins or something, and I think two draws.
yeah, 2 draws, and then he got this loss. And as I said, even without the red card, the performance was not a great one
Yeah,
because the only goal obviously came from Lamine Yamal. I mean, that guy is single-handedly
yeah.
carrying them. He's a 17-year-old
He
single-handedly
got a
carrying a
rabbit
team.
out of the hat from nowhere. That goal was highly unexpected. Like even the goalkeeper wouldn't have expected a shot. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's the guy for a 17-year-old. He's just
yeah,
insane,
yeah.
right? And yeah,
Hands down, yeah. That
so
that was an amazing goal because he wasn't even getting service. So the one time the ball goes over the defender and he gets possession, he does a few touches, tries to dribble, knows he can't because they have come like there are three defenders. He just takes a shot from outside, probably 30 yards out. Yeah, I mean, that was amazing. But again, like you said, going down to 10 men, then became quite difficult. Even though they played well, they had chances here and there. They didn't sit back, but always having a man down is never going to work. And
yeah,
we've
obviously it's
seen
never
that.
easy, especially
Yeah,
on a European night.
yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
Monaco
let's
knew they had
let's
chance to make history, so they and of course they're playing at home. And by the way, Monaco Stadium is pretty iconic. I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah,
yes,
visuals are
yeah, yeah,
stunning.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, anyways, Monaco won. Arsenal, on the other hand, I think last year also UCL they usually don't show their Premier League form that they show in the Champions League. If you
They
see,
and they are too conservative in the UCL. Yeah,
yeah, they I don't know why it seems like as if they fear the competition. They want to play slightly more safe because in the Premier League against weaker teams, they used to gobble them up. Atlanta is not a very strong team. I know Atlanta won. They beat Leverkusen in the Europa. That's all there. But Atlanta at the end of the day is a smaller team compared to Arsenal. You'd expect Arsenal to do well, at least score like 2 goals more than what Atlanta scores. But I don't know. Last year, that's probably one of the reasons why even in the fantasy, I don't pick a lot of Arsenal players because even the last year as well, I remember attacking returns you don't get a lot. I don't know. Is it just an Arsenal problem or I don't know why, but the same set of players don't fire. I mean, they could. We'll see this year.
they
They play a lot of weak teams, but
they
yeah,
need a mentality and a little change in the mentality. So yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But overall,